Hello, beautiful souls. So I guess you're gonna have to sit here inside my steering wheel again. And I know this is the boring, so I'll try to make this really short. I've done a few videos like this lately because I don't have much time to make them. And when I need to make them, I need to make them. So I wanted to say about the Last Supper imaging that we've been seeing. Okay, so take everything about the Last Supper, about Christians and Jesus and Christianity, that you think they're saying, where they're polluting and they're mocking and making fun of, you think, sexuality. Well, that's what the demigods have always done, or the demons, we shall call them. The way they live is what they're presenting. And they're not presenting it so that they can say the next age, well, we'll have freedom of sexuality, and they're still holding up all the BS stuff about the toroidal field and the ones with the stronger toroidal field being the ones who will continue to control man. And people think, oh, you know, the new God's coming. And I talk about this because I've been involved in all these cults. But what the truth is, the true truth, is that Last Supper is the scene they're showing you that they're going to feast and have a good time and ORG party because they know what's coming down, and they know that us humans are going to be the food for war. So they're not trying to give you freedom or show sexual equality. All of that is a distraction, just like the people all arguing that men or women, you know, winning women's Olympic events and stuff. It's not about that. The Last Supper, all right, at every reset, sorry to get the wheel in your face, the Last Supper at every reset is you. Is one age goes into another, and yes, they are celebrating that, and yes, they are talking about that, but they're also making it a supper. And you need to watch the parallels with Madonna. It's not about a feminine Aquarian age. It's not just about that. It's to cause more division between the left and the right poles of humanity, and the old religions and the new age-ism here. And the whole mock of the whole thing is that you don't get that you are the food for the Last Supper, that you are the food for the gods, the plasma, the demons. It's pretty insane, but it's the truth. And if you think about it honestly, instead of trying to block it out and be scared of what they're saying, you can enjoy your life and enjoy your health and enjoy your peace until it's no longer here. You know, look what's happening in England, how everybody's saying it's turning fascist, and the government can't and won't do anything about the violence and the escalation of violence, and they can't control it. There's just, same with the United States, we've just let in a lot of people and we're having problems with our government. So we are doing the exact same thing on repeat that's happening in England. But the reason it's happening is not because there's freedom of speech, or because we can be free with our sexuality, or look at how the demigods mock you, or oh, Christianity is a joke. No, all religions are about the eternal flame, the soul. Well, they are, but they don't know they are. They're about the toroidal field. They're about The fact that the great cloud of witnesses that judges over the throne which God has his foot on, and that's all symbology, okay? Those clouds are gathering, not only at the poles of our own globe, but also in space. And these clouds are the plasma of ancestors that never die. And these are the armies of the north and the south, the Gog and the Magog, that are going to converge in the end. Now, I'm not saying humans won't have their battle. As above, so below, as within, so without. Stay in your center. Don't be part of this crap. But I learned from these cults and how they degrade humanity and sexuality and just want freedom for chaos and to do evil and to feed off anyone who really loves and is innocent and wants truth and peace. And no matter what, they're going to try to convert you, you know, with their new ageism, with their love and light. But then when things go wrong in the world, what are they going to say? The same love, light, BS, and holding the mirror up to you and laughing in your face and telling you this is all your fault. And sadly, literally, this is what these plays are about. Now, if you go back and look at Hollywood, they're all changing the videos about how, you know, look at Icky Mirage, you know, her, which someone commented under that name, who I know that it was from a fake account. And it's not the first time they've commented on my stuff on YouTube, which is why I keep it closed, because it's the weirdos from the past that are trapped in these left, right, left stories and say they're not because they're the Illuminates. Well, you sold your soul for a false eye, buddy, and so the false eye gives you false crap. So did all these Illuminates in Hollywood, and people like I've spoke about him before and wasn't quite sure what he was talking about, was and I see his face and I can't think of it right now, but the crazy actor, and I'll have to list his name at the end because I can't remember who he is, and maybe it'll come to me. I was thinking about him all morning. But anyways, this actor is saying how this is all an illusion. They have no more need for us. He means humans, not just Hollywood. And that they use them all this time to put out a false agenda, thinking they were the demigods and that the whole world was going to be theirs in the end. And now they're finding out the truth, that they are humans, even though they're upgraded. They are just food and just slaves for what's coming down. They need bodies on the left and the right to war. It's how it's always been. But while the humans war, anyone who sees with the third eye clear actually knows what are fighting in the astral realms, and people with gas goggles like Benjamin Franklin created will tell you that if you could see interdimensionally, you would see that there's angels, demons, and ghosts, and they have to play out through us, these stars and these, you know, demigods and whatever. But what judges in the end are those of us who believe in our ancestors and our souls, and the fact that soul is eternal plasma. And so in the end, what's going to judge all these beings is the plasma. But they know this is their last hurrah. They know that their end is coming, and they can't stop it. And so they're doing as much as they can before the age switches up, which has happened repeatedly on this earth, where the plasma beings, the angels, the ancestors, they come in and they clean the whole world out. They resurface it. They change everything up. So plasma storms come. If you just think about how much garbage is made all over this earth, and where the heck do you think it's gonna go? So do we have a choice if we're awake to the BS and the lies. In our center, we do have choices. Either the plasma cloud is going to judge, and you're going to get to judge with that if you know what I'm talking about, because that's scripted in the ancient scripts. Either you're going to judge these evil people with the ancestors when their time comes, just like it was with Hitler, whose, by the way, head was cut off, but whose head has reappeared again in another form in ways that multiple heads, like when Kali cuts the demons off. Well, it's going to happen. Kali's going to do this. That age is coming to an end, and she's going to have to defeat the demons. But what happens is the chaos has to come. And all the lies of mage and chaos that have been put over this earth, some people say 12,000 years. I say it's more than one cycle. I think it's more like 26,000 or something. That's all changing. Now, who's going to survive? The ones that can keep their head, as I've said before, while they see the ghosts, see the war, see the shit coming down. Because as the age changes, all of our third eyes are going to open for real. And we are going to be able to see and hear and feel and speak to the ancestors, the plasma, the in-between worlds, that of which what we are as ghosts, as humans. And we're going to see the truth that these things have always been here. And either we're going to stand and fight from our center, knowing we are already one. We're plasma, we're one with that. Or we're going to fall to fear and fall to dread. And I have experienced so much this in my own life. I know how easy it is to be feared, to live in fear for what's coming down, 1212. But living in fear doesn't stop bad things from happening. Being able to be in your center and in control while you find out that these blue bloods and old bloods and demons and Dracos and reptilians and Nordics have always fed off of us. The loosh, the bloosh, whatever you call it, the gloosh, the balosh, the energy of souls through suffering. And so that has to be revealed, and you have to come to terms and to grips with that. But that parasite is dying. Parasite's gotta die when the human energy field gets to a place that it's so high, because you're so in love with the center, because you put the head, exercise over and over again with head and heart to stay in the center. The Lord bows to the soul. It's not the other way in the round. Around in the round. In the Neptunian age it has been, we've been bowing to parasites. It's not Shiva. That fell a long time ago. Like people are all messed up in their storylines, and they don't want to listen to the Bible, which has the hacks for nowadays. Sadly, we're not operating out of the religions of those past ages. They passed, but we were amazingly strong, energetic beings before those ages fell. So when men are all like, oh, Shiva and power and whatever, I'm like, Neptunian third eye. If you are being cruel or mean or in any way feeding these demiurges and demigods, you're a parasitical mind, you don't have your own body, and you're feeding them. And you gotta wake up to that. And it's not by upping your energy on other people's life force because you're just being like the gods. No, it's bowing to the soul, which is the Atman Guru, which is the weapon that was formed for us to be eons ago. Like, we're plasma. And when you up your own plasma, more and more plasma comes in and joins you. It's just a fact of life. So these gods, demigods, that have lived in these ages of harvesting human potential and energy through fear and torment and war, as those viruses and curses die, I'm sorry for the loud noise of the street. It's got construction. I can't do anything about it. So as that dies and all of our energy fields are up, and we keep talking about these portals and our energy changing and our abilities, and it's happening all over the earth. It is not just for melanized people, because there's us white people that are RH negative, and that's old blood BS too. So stop going back to the old lies. We're all changing. And yes, maybe those who have more melanin tolerate the sun better. I changed my diet and I now tolerate the sun way better, because the diet is according to my blood type. I'll leave it there because I've talked about that before. I have not been able to tan since I was a teenager and went on sulfur drugs for chronic kidney issues, which I'm having again and I'm treating naturally. So those things got to resurface as the body changes and as the energy field ups, that shite's got to get pushed out in us. So above, below, within, without, this is happening everywhere, all the time, through all of us. And the only way to change and make things better is literally through yourself and your own body, to stop the lies from the past age, the parasites, the Gnostic lie of religion, to die. It's gotta die. The storyline's gotta die. The third eye has to be reclaimed through bowing to the soul, not to the external, not to the demigods, not to the lies of a demigod system, which are basically what we're under. The old toroidal field makers that make by poisoning, war, torment, and all that. So I need to end that here and get off this exit, but this is what I was talking about that I've been receiving lately. Like I said, I'm so glad I never bowed to star channelings and star shites and new age crap and just listened to it all. Just observed. And that's what we all need to do. We need to sit back and observe, because there's a lot of lies and they're at a fevered pitch. They're higher than they've ever been before. So stay awake for real. Wake yourself in the dream. You are the dreamer. That's the dream. Protect yourself from the lies. Thank you.